Before you came round, my heart would never beat much faster. Before you came round, I was ready to slow down. Before you came round, I was heading for a small...
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, so this week we're actually using some washi, guys. We're using this one. I believe this one, I bought it at Target at Dollar Tree long, like a year or 2 years ago. And then this one I bought it from Michael's as well. I'm gonna use a combination of two kits that are gonna be one of them was the leftovers that from PlanningRoses, and then the other one was kind of like a mixed bag that she had a while back, if I'm not mistaken, from Willowfield. So I'm gonna try to combine. It's the same clip art, but it is different kind of designs. PlanningRoses went with a little bit of a dark palette, and then Willowfield's with more of a purple kind of palette, which I kind of love and like. I do have kind of natural light going, so it might change a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't change that much. But if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe, and then let's go ahead and get planning. Alright everyone, so let's get started with the bottom washi. Hopefully you guys don't hear my fan, which is going crazy in the background. Alright guys, so this washi I did get it from, like I said, Target, the dollar spot. It was a while back, so I'm not exactly sure if they still have it, but I bought like 20 rolls because I thought I was gonna use them all, and I haven't used none of them. But that was back in the days where the dollar spot at Target was like hip and going and amazing, and everybody wanted to buy it. Back in the days, the young days. So I am covering up the page flex with the flex that came from PlanningRoses. I actually like her kit. I used it, I think, in my personal planner like a long time ago, and I had a little bit left over. And then Willowfields actually had kind of like a bundle, and a lot of the clip art came with it. So I was like, combining two kits is gonna be pretty amazing. It kind of like I was able to get a little bit creative, because even though the clip art it's the same, both shops get a little bit creative with it. So I know I said creative twice. Let's pretend like nobody paid attention to that. So I was able, I mean, I like both of the kits. I didn't personally purchase. I think this is the first kit that I've purchased from PlanningRoses, and I completely loved it. I love that it was dark and beautiful, and everything was amazing. Alright guys, so I started my sidebar with the full box that had the 6 on it. My birthday, it's on the 6th, so I thought it was pretty fitting. I think it's my lucky number, even though it probably isn't. I did put this to habit trackers. I ended up only using one of them. I was gonna track the fitness, which I moved up, and then I was gonna track something else, but I can't remember. So I put the this week header, and then the fitness, and then I grabbed one of her checklists from PlanningRoses, and then I went ahead and put my budget in it. I had a lot of deco in the kit, so I decided to use a little bit to kind of like make it a little bit nicer. Then I decided to use the glitter hearts that came in the Willowfields kit, and I think they kind of like match both kits together. You can't really tell how much of a difference it is. I think I kind of like them. So I did use this full box on Monday, and then right on top of it I used the I think it's Tofu the Panda from Stick With Me shop. I talked about her last week. It's pretty awesome that I have this extra. Then right underneath it I put in this label header, and I thought it was a little bit too green, if that's even a thing. So I did decide to put a page flag that came in the PlanningRoses kit, and then the clock. I try to use only items from the kit, so if I am using anything else, I'll go ahead and let you guys know, but most of the things were from both the kits. The pen that I'm using, I bought it in Michael's a few years back. It's the gel pen, but I'll go ahead and try to link it if I can find it. I had my kids, I just marked down that my kids had no school, and then I mopped, swept, I did the dishes like every day. And then I also organized my room because it needed some work. Then right underneath it, I put in a washi strip that came with the kit, and then a half box, and put that I watch plan with me videos most of the afternoon. My kids were taking a nap, and then there was a little bit of a white space in between the bottom and then the half box, so I decided to put in a little bit of more washi, and then I put on the bottom that I was gonna do some Insta posting. It does say PR, but I'm not a part of any PR team, so I just wanted to make sure to remind myself that I had to post on Instagram. Alright guys, so starting up with Tuesday, I decided to use my littles to mark my morning shake. And then I went ahead and put in a page flag right underneath it to mark that the day was gonna be super, super cold. And then I used this girls from EshaBPrintsCo, I believe. I'll go ahead and link it down below just in case. It was freezing, guys. It was completely freezing that day. So I kind of looked like that girl right there. That's if you wanted a picture of me, that's exactly how I looked. Back at this time, we were still living in Oklahoma, so that's why I wanted to mark down that it was cold that day. And then underneath it, I went ahead and marked that I had some McDonald's coffee because it was delicious. They finally got it right. I was super happy. I put a heart from the littles that came from one of the kits. Brighter colors, probably from Willowfield. Darker colors, probably from PlanningRoses, probably. And then right underneath it, I did put this header. This, I know it's from PlanningRoses because I love the handwriting that she uses for her kits. That was one of the reasons. I know she had changed. I don't know if this one was the one that she changed, because she kind of changed the way that she was doing her kits just a little bit, not that much, but I do love the way that she was doing her new kits. Right underneath it, I put in one of the checklists that came from the PlanningRoses, a little bit of washi just to cover the dots, because I still haven't been able to find my whiteout. And then the full box underneath it with all the roses that look amazing. I was so in love with them. I also marked down on top of the washi that my husband had a trip to Texas, so I went and marked it down with the card from the littles from the kids, or the icon, sorry. And then I marked down whatever I had to do that day, which was I had to clean the dishes, I had to wash the dishes, clean my desk, and then I had to pack some lunches for the kids for the next day. And then I decided to, what else? Oh yeah, a Walmart run, and then I had to help the kids with their homework just to make sure that they got it done. And I'm being good and marking off whatever I was doing, because I actually did everything. That's kind of why I marked it. And then the fitness, you probably won't see it after this. I had already put in the morning shake. I got ahead of myself, and then I did it when I was working with Tuesday. And then I marked down that I had a work from 7:30 to 4:30. I wanted to make sure that I remember that I had to do it. And then I put this full box. All the full boxes are going to be from Willowfield, and then because I had already used PlanningRoses, otherwise kind of would have used them, because like I said, I couldn't decide. Both kits are amazing. And then the hard checklist, the black ones, those are going to be for PlanningRoses. That was her style, and I was so in love. I think this was a mystery kit. Something tells me that it was a mystery kit, and I got so in love with it because she was doing some snakes, and I had to purchase it. I know I hate writing on the coil, so whenever I do remember, I do write down on the sheet, and then I put it in. When I marked down that we had Domino's pizza for dinner, I gotta find some stickers for fast food, even though I should, because we eat fast food a little bit more than I would like to say. I had to do some dishes, my room, and then I had to throw away the trash. And then we watched the Blue Planet as a family movie for that night, which it was pretty good. I kind of loved it. Kind of liked it very, very much. And then the couch came from one of the kids. And then I wanted to mark down a little bit more the money that I spent. Most of the money, not gonna lie, it was for stickers. mark down what I did, which was kind of nothing because it was really cold. And let's start with Thursday. Hopefully do a little bit more on that day. Okay, so the first thing that I'm about to put up is gonna be the Lazy Day sticker from PlanningRoses, along with the half box from PlanningRoses as well. And then I just marked down that we had breakfast with the kids, and then we had a lazy day. Most of the day was a lazy day. It was really cold, extremely cold actually. And then right underneath it I put this header that says reminders. I want to make sure that I remember that there was no school because school was closed because of the cold. Yes guys, I'm gonna say that it was cold because it was cold. And then I put this girl from, well, this full box with the girl, because she hot, she cute, I love her hair. And then I put in, right underneath it, I put in a to-do header, which is coming pretty soon, promise you guys. And there we go. Oh no, never mind, I wanted to put the checklist first just to make that everything fit nicely, and then I put the to-do header underneath it. Had to do the dishes, clean the floors, which don't really like doing it that much. Then I had some important things to do, which was I had to film, I had to edit, and then I had to post. And then I got this cute girl from, what is she from? TheGlamPlanner, I think. Yes, I used to get her subscription for her girls, but I ended up I don't use them that much, so I ended up not. I'm just using it now because I have a lot of them that I haven't used, guys. And then for Friday, guys, I thought it was a little too much. I didn't want to have two half boxes right next to each other, so I decided to put a little bit of washi and then put the full box, so that it would be like a little bit of a breathing room and it wouldn't look exactly the same. And I just marked down that I had no school. We did have a lot of full boxes, but I think I decided not to use it for that day because it was too big. So instead, I used the bottom washi from the PlanningRoses because I kind of like that bottom washi and I wanted to use it. A little bit of leftover, and then I put it right underneath it. I was kind of measuring it to make sure that it didn't fit, but I was like, no, it's not gonna fit. You gotta cut it. Went ahead and cut it. And then right underneath it, I did put in a page flag from PlanningRoses underneath it. And then, oh, sorry, full box. Let's not forget about that full box. And then the today header underneath it. Wanted to make sure that everything fit nicely. I started from the bottom up. How did I not remember? And then one of the girls from the TheGlamPlanner, just to mark down my voiceover that I was taking care of that day because I couldn't post it, hence the extra next to it because I didn't do the voiceover before. So I did want to mark that down. And then I got a heart from, I can't remember where the heart was from, but from one of the kids. I thought the full box looked a little bit too empty, which now that I'm looking at it, I think it looks beautiful, but I guess back then I thought it needed something, so I did put some of the deco. Like I said, there was so much deco in this two kits that I had, because on the first one I ended up not using that much because I was using it for my personal planner, so that's why. And then I just marked down that I had to do the dishes, clean the floors, and then I had to mop my room. Put in a call header underneath it, which for me it was just a bill due or pay. And then I marked down that I had my Amazon and then my Old Navy credit cards that I had to do. I was gonna mark something down, but I didn't like how it looked, so I decided to like take it all out and just put in the bills in there. I don't even remember what I was gonna mark down. Hopefully nothing important. Hopefully. And then I ended up not mopping my room. I didn't want it. Do it. And then starting with Saturday, I decided to put in the full box. This is the day that I was actually off, so I had a little bit of me time, and I printed and cutted some of the printable stickers that I had been purchasing, which was a lot, I'm not gonna lie. You kind of saw on my bills. That's why I do printables, because they are less expensive and I can go crazy with them. Then right underneath it, I did put in a to-do planner because I had to sell a few planners because I wasn't using that many. I had a lot, so I had to sell some. So I did put in a checklist right underneath it, just to mark down all the steps that I had to take. There was a little bit of a space in between the hard checklist and then the label that I put underneath it, just to mark down that I had that I took the kids to the park. So I put in a little bit of glitter header just to cover that space, and it kind of looks kind of nice. I took a little bit of pictures of my planners, and then I posted them on eBay, and then I posted them on Facebook as well. Paid some bills, and then I set up the bill section in my planner, and then I did a little bit of cooking, and I thought this bowl was kind of cute, so I went ahead and put it in there as well. And oh, that's the car. I found a heart, and I was like, oh, it looks so nice there. Marked down my morning shake, and then right underneath it I put in this gorgeous girl with this amazing looking dress. Now that I think about it, it might be a wedding dress. Hopefully it's not, because this week had nothing to do with the wedding. It was pretty long, so I didn't do much on Sundays. It was perfect to cover some space. I put in a little right underneath it, and then I put that I had to do the kitchen floors, I had to do some dishes, and then I had to clean my desk. And then right underneath it I did put in a appointments label with an icon for dinners. Then I just marked down that I had to pack my kids' lunches for the next day, because that we're actually gonna go to school. And then I'm gonna zoom it out so you guys can see what the spread kind of looks like. Like I said, I had a lot of deco, so I decided to follow my girl J Crew plans lead, and I put in a little bit of deco right on top of it. It worked out because the kit did not come with date covers, but I kind of used them on my other planners, so it kind of worked out. So I just spread out the deco all the way around the planner spread. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. And I put a little bit at the bottom washi because I thought it was looking a little empty. I kind of loved it, even though it looks it has like a little bit of a busy look to it, but both of the kits were so cute that I think kind of makes sense, and I kind of loved it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna post this hopefully on Saturday, so we'll see each other next Saturday. I'm gonna try to post another video, kind of like extras, on Wednesdays. So I'm gonna do Saturdays and Wednesdays, just until I catch up with everything that's been going on. I want to put a crown, but I didn't thought it would look that good, so I decided not to put that crown there. So hopefully we'll see each other on Wednesday. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. This is the leftovers that I have. You'll see Planning Roses, and then you'll see Willowfields pretty soon. Like I said, subscribe if you like what you see, and then we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye guys.